actually work together. Yes, that's what I said. We are going to have to work together, and let me tell you, if I can work with someone like Aziraphale and even, dare I say, become friends with someone like Aziraphale, I think that you can put aside your differences and work together collectively to avoid this next apocalypse, don't you? I think you can do that. I'm going to need a drink, just a moment. One more. It's been a long week already. It's been a long year already. Did you know that there was nothing in the scripture about 2020 being an issue? And somehow this sort of came out of left field, so I'm going to assume it has something to do with one of those hellish dimensions. I spent some time in the 9th level. No rubber ducks. Is that so much to ask for? Even in hell, you can't just have your own rubber duck. Come on now. But again, I do think this is coming from below. However, above seems to like to work against us as well from time to time. So, yeah, we are stuck with each other now, aren't we? Now, what Aziraphale and I need you to do on Earth is that we need you all to come together to figure out how to set aside those differences, and it might not always be easy. It might take some self-reflection, but again, I have some faith. I don't have a lot. Let's put it that way. I don't have a lot, but I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong in that respect. Aziraphale and I might make a bet. I might be able to get him to make a bet on this at some point, but all of humanity is going to have to come together now. It just is. And you are going to have to put some of those petty differences aside now. That again means looking deep within. Deep within. Okay. I've had to do this myself as well. Aziraphale always felt that there was something good inside me. I don't know that I always thought that myself, but if someone like me can dig deep, I mean really dig deep, and figure it out for themselves, I think that you can too. Yes, there was a time I really had to go inside myself. I really had to self-reflect and to think about the direction that I wanted the world to go in and where I wanted it to be when we came out of this apocalypse. What was the world going to look like after we dealt with the Antichrist? What world do you want to see? Think about it. What would you like to see in the world right now? Think about it. What would you like to see the world as? Consider that bigger picture. What are we really fighting for here? Are we fighting for peace? Are we fighting for love? Are we fighting for equality? What are you fighting for, and what would you like to see in the world when it is all done? Yes, now look back at that. Think about how we make that change. What do we do